Hey guys, Ashley James here from UK Energy Watch. Often we get asked the same questions about LED lighting, so I'm just going to put together a short video series which I hope will answer some of the questions or concerns you may have before adopting LED technology into your school or business. So I think the best place to start is a very brief history, really, of lighting. It's something we often take for granted these days, and really, LED technology or solid state lighting is only our fourth revolution, really, in lighting. So the first, going back, quarter of a million years ago, it was fire. That was our first form of artificial lighting. We used it for artificial lighting, should I say. And we used fire all the way up to the late 1800s. We found different ways to obviously to contain it, oil lamps, for example. But it really was up until the late 1800s before Edison invented the first practical electric light bulb. So that was our second lighting revolution, or the big one, which was the incandescent light bulb. And essentially, the incandescent light bulb, it's an electric light which produces light. So it's a wire filament which is heated inside a glass container, and we get light from it, or we get heat and light, really, is the byproduct. So ever since that invention, we, as most technologies, we've been improving the efficiency of lighting, and so how do we measure lighting efficiency? So the way we measure the efficiency of a light source is by looking at the amount of lumens the light source creates compared with the amount of watts it takes to sort of produce that energy. Lumens is a way that we measure the amount of light coming out, and watts is obviously the amount of power it's using. So essentially, the more lumens we create per watt, the more efficient the light source. So here's a great graph which shows the efficiency growth of incandescent lighting, which to the modern day, but as you can see, there's a big growth in the efficiency, but over time, really around the 60s, it started to level out, and that's where we invented discharge lighting. Discharge lighting is what you see today in most businesses, schools. Fluorescent lighting is probably the best example of this form of lighting. Essentially, discharge lighting is it's a gas inside the container. So the problem with this type of lighting is it often contains mercury or other dangerous substances. Much more efficient light source than the incandescent, but has a few safety issues, shall we say. Now, the way that we've improved the efficiency of light is by increasing the heat. You see, with the first three forms of lighting that we've used, fire, incandescent, and discharge, light really has been the byproduct. It's heat that we're creating, and we discovered that the more heat we create, the better the light source. So fire, we take up to about 1500 degrees C. The incandescent, we took up to 3000 degrees C. And discharge, which is our most efficient form of lighting before LED came on the scene, we got up to about 6,000 degrees Celsius, which is the same heat as the surface of the sun. So pretty difficult to increase the heat anymore. And this is where the revolution of LED has come about. We've had to take a step back really and find a new way of creating light without creating heat. And I'll just say that at the moment 90% of the world's artificial lighting is discharge lighting. So so what's all the fuss really about LED? I'm sure most of you have heard about LED lighting now. So what makes this form of lighting so exciting? And it's because we've finally figured out how to make light directly from electricity without having to make heat. So as I said before, with the other forms of light, the other forms of artificial lighting, the light was really a byproduct of the heat that we were creating. And solid state LED lighting is we are finally creating light directly from the source, which is why it's so exciting and why the efficiency is so much better now, and it's on the increase literally every day, every week, every month at the moment. But you can see from the graph here that it's really such a much more efficient way of creating light. So as you can see, if we compare LED lighting now back to the original incandescent light bulb, back then we were wasting 99% of its energy on heat. And as the LEDs develop, as they are, we're about at the moment 20% of the energy is created on is being wasted, as opposed to 99% just over 100 years ago. And the efficiency is improving all the time. So what does this really mean to us? So the adoption of LED throughout the world, at the moment lighting contributes to about 8% of the global energy usage. So that's including everything, transport, call every type of energy that we use. 8% of it is being used on lighting. So just by replacing the world's lighting to LED, we're going to bring that amount of energy being used to about 2.5%, which is fantastic for the world's requirements really to reduce the amount of energy that we're using. So it's why it's such a fantastic technology. And to put that into comparison as well, by doing that, by changing every light to LED, that amount of energy that we save is going to be the same amount as all the energy that we deliver from renewable energy, and that includes solar, wind, biomass, and so on. So just by simply changing a light, this is the impact that we're having, not only individually for your own personal business or school or organisation, but towards the world's target to reduce the amount of carbon that we're putting out there. So it's an awesome technology. We're really passionate about it at UK Energy Watch, and we're really passionate about helping organisations in the UK adopt this change. So I hope that helps sort of educate you on the technology. I'm going to be doing a few different videos here which will go into different aspects of it. But yeah, hopefully that's a nice little background on where LEDs come from, why we need to adopt it in literally every location we have, every form of artificial lighting that we're using. Let's get that adopted and improved and LED lighting installed. So if you have any questions, as always, give us a call in the office. Always here to help. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.